I've been receiving a lot of messages on the past CrossFit Games and Brooke Wells getting injured in the elbow. It's a sad thing to see such an amazing and incredible athlete get hurt at the games. And there's nothing we can do except move forward, right? As she's doing bravely, and I'm sure that she will be strong and back at the top of her game. And I wanted to send this out as a message to try and, give you guys my point of view. And if you are having elbow pain when you're doing barbell cycling, if you're doing heavy weightlifting, just if you have that golfer's elbow, essentially, these are maybe some things that you guys can implement into your training to get rid of that pain. And so one of the first things that I always see, and I've been coaching for a long time and doing the assessments and working with a lot of clients, when we're doing barbell cycling and we can't create the proper tension to be in this overhead position, we have the UCL, right, which the point of that ligament is to not allow the elbow to rotate too much internally or externally. So it's to stabilize the elbow. And it's absolutely necessary, especially, as somebody as strong as Brooke Wells or a lot of you guys out there, it's absolutely necessary when you're moving that barbell so rapidly and under so much load. So we have to take into consideration a whole lot of factors. I think that, yes, it was a slight mishap, especially when she is able to push her structure to that degree where the load is truly challenging the structure, and sadly, there had to be a break somewhere. In her case, it was in the UCL. And when we're looking at that, as we're trying to stabilize the bar and receive that bar, what we're trying to think about is a very complex exercise where the rear delt, the upper pec, the lat dorsi needs to receive the impact of that blow, and then we need to quickly transfer that load and that tension to the short head of the bicep, the inside tricep, the pecs, the teres major. You'll have a little bit of the front delt, of course, but that's really what we're trying to receive and stabilize the bar as we go up structurally. And so I've been able to help a lot of athletes, and again, this is not an absolute, this is not a check your box. If you're having elbow pain here, a lot of the times when especially I see this a lot more with women, if you stick your arm out, is it lined up or does it start to over-rotate? And that's usually when you start to see the ligament starting to do more work, more stabilization work than it should. And that's usually due to a lack of tension in the short head of the bicep to the pec. So if you are somebody out there that is having this kind of golfer's elbow issue, one of my first steps is test your mobility from the pec and the bicep, right? So a simple way that we can do this is we just get ourselves into a nice kind of front rack position, find tension in the pec, the bicep, and inside tricep. And as you inhale, see how high up you can go while maintaining this tension, right? Now, this is a shorter range if I want to go further out. How far out can I go? Can I get to my snatch position while maintaining tension here? Now, obviously, there's no load, so then we need to test it under load. But again, very simple thing to do for accessory work. Do bicep curls, starting at that strongest end range, and just start to find the tension in the bicep and the pec and start moving. Stop going for sets and reps. Just try and see how good of a connection can you make with the bicep and the pec, and then slowly start to add more and more range. It's a very simple thing that we can add in as accessory work where we start to truly look for connection and tension of the muscles at their end range rather than chasing the objective of sets, reps, and percentages. And I truly hope Brooke Wells gets well soon, and she has an amazing team behind her, so I'm sure that she'll recover quickly and be back on the competition floor. But give it a try, guys. Strengthen the biceps, strengthen the pecs, get the teres major, start getting yourselves overhead with less elbow pain, right? Get the structural muscles to stabilize the bar overhead.